see new racing game.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar, and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
Isn't something supposed to be in Rainbow Six Quarantine? I want to know what's happened to that. That's what I'm going into this curious about. Alright. Come on, you.
The illegal paintings spreading subversive and hostile messaging over the last few weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work
this one honestly looks really good. I've been pretty curious about this. Huh. Wait, what? It's supposed to be police or...
Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
Oh.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out, because I was not a foreigner. Then, they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out, because I was not a protester.
Jeez.
Then they came for the journalists.
Certain police units.
But I did not speak out, because I was not a journalist.
So weird. I wonder if this is directly linked to 2.
And then they came for street artists.
This everything with the
But I did not speak out, because I am not a street artist.
This is such wild animation. Look at that. I love those Amazon delivery drones. Man, this is nuts. How did they make this? It's live action, but it's got so many elements of animation in it. It's amazing. Kinda reminds me of Into the Spider-Verse.
And I realized that eventually they'd come for me, and there would be no one left to speak for me.
Wow.
Okay, sorry, miss. Jesus! All right, so we're in a total mess now, so let's get the hell out of here.
Like a buddy or two along the way, right?
And there's nothing more to facilitate than doing what you're passionate about.
After a long night, London is in chaos. The main arteries through the city are blocked.
The gang's all here, right?
Well, well, well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift
Oh,
for our new members.
it's that drop in quality.
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Here, let's
Try it on.
try and adjust
The new
that.
key suspect has been identified as David Ford, a 43-year-old London taxi driver. He has no criminal record, but is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach him. The authorities
Can't beat him,
advise
join
all
him.
residents-
Did an excellent job with that. Gotta say though, WatchDogs is looking a lot more promising than
Clint has been a
previous
long-time creative
games.
force here at Ubisoft, and
2
now
is a
he's
nice
bringing
step
this
up,
vision to WatchDogs
I wasn't
Legion.
able to stick through it all the way.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by WatchDogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change.
Let's mute that.
You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. You profile people that are interesting to you, you help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever you want.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team. And then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Please, think more underground.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara.
Got the Golden Girls.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Well, thank you. That was very nice.
Our London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up. And one night to tear it all down.
Oh my god.
Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong?
What you want to
Ladies
bet
and
it was an
gentlemen,
inside
Mr.
job.
Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion. He's kindly stepped up to establish order.
It was all them.
Understand this. I will not allow anyone, not even myself, to jeopardize this.
I swear to God, if I'm right
He
about
will
that.
stop at nothing to permanently control the city.
London will be the first city in the world to be made truly safe.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Be sure and spread the word.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything from party pills to people.
Oh, but we still gotta have those RGB computers,
It's scary,
right?
I know, but I've got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I?
You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone can become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Mikey! Zip up, get to work, and let's never talk about this again.
Hope you get to change your outfits a little
Like
bit.
everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy.
Oh, Jesus.
He can even
Brutalizing
call his
me,
own
why don't you?
cargo drone.
How you get to
Perfect
control
for gate
that.
crashing when you're not invited. And who
That's
needs
excellent.
a regular old gun when you have a bloody nail gun?
Cool. That's brutal.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert,
What have we here?
a real tech connoisseur.
Like the
Hate
glasses.
but love this one.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
Suck at it.
I'm reading incoming drones.
Like that.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor.
Alright.
And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
You've been approved for entry.
We're missing the human element here.
That's
I can
top
get
tier
the defense
infiltration.
minister on the line right now.
Well, if you feel you must.
Of course.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mickey. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
The brawling looks good. Really good.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though.
Could use something that feels like it has more impact after
And he's passed out. Ah, well.
After Last of Us. That
You
game
know
didn't
what?
do it for me.
Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
The John Wick theme? Really? Alright. This better be good.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Ah, this is a good song. John Wick mode. I think that's what it's actually called.
Some might even call him an artist.
It's actually really cool. Look at that. It's pulling a lot of the same moves.
Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad, not bad. If
Okay, I like what I saw there.
Not everyone
That's
in
amazing.
London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best
Ashley
recruits,
Martin.
and build your resistance.
Paintball gun?
It's time to take back London.
Alright, I'm really interested in playing like one Hitman and a Spy. Have both the James Bond
Plunging
and
the
John
player
Wick
into a
vibe
living,
going on.
breathing city,
That
teeming
was
with unique
incredible.
locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the WatchDogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on WatchDogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto.
Definitely interested in the art direction
Being
they got
a
going
level
on
artist,
here.
I think,
That's
is the coolest job in
pretty
video
cool
games
aesthetic.
because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what
Speaking of
little
which, I wonder if we're
details
gonna
we want
see
to depict,
Marcus and,
and
Wrench
we
in
get
this
ample
game.
opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the spaces
I
that
doubt
we're
Aiden
assigned to.
Pierce is gonna get a
I have
cameo,
the capacity
though.
to hide things and, you know, like
Nobody
small
seemed
little
to really
Easter
like
eggs.
him.
In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the
Jeez.
world that was covered in cats. And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2, and there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity.
Okay.
I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Southwark. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about
that's
it,
what I need right there.
Who, you know, builds these worlds with care.
Okay,
I love it.
That's decent quality. But yeah, you done an excellent job with the art direction there. Not too interested in this one.
For Valhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
This game's essentially Smash Bros. But in 2D with their own characters, right? Yeah.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Yeah, that's what it basically looks like. I appreciate the effort for something original and unique with it, but honestly, I'd still just stick to Smash. It's just more my speed. Adventure time, huh? Maybe there's a character creator, I'd be a little more interested, but for the most part, yeah, that just ain't up my alley.
And now, whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go, or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy
is this that Tom Clancy
gaming,
mobile game?
We've got you covered.
That's like a crossover, has Rainbow Six and Ghost Recon and everything together, or not? You just mentioned, whatever. I have no clue what this is. Mind Magic. Man, mobile games are just not up my alley. They've never been able to really pull at me that much. Used to play a lot of Temple Run back in the day, and a little bit of Plants vs. Zombies, but that was it. I've just never been for it, and mobile games in general anymore are just going so rampant with false advertising and stuff. It's infuriating. I can't stand to see another one of those freaking "can you solve this puzzle" game, and then you glance in the comments and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, this is literally a Fallout Shelter clone or a Farmville clone." Ah, this is that mobile game I was thinking of. I teased this a while ago. So I already got Ghost Recon and Rainbow. I think this game's supposed to play like XCOM, from what I understand. Oh, and there was a Division agent. That is, I'm assuming, another Division agent.
Contact! Montaigne is down. Request air support. Target northeast rooftop.
Roger. Inbound. Danger close.
I like the concept of this.
EMP deployed now.
EMP.
Sam Fisher. Who else they got in this mix?
Get back in your cell.
Are they saving him or what? He's the villain.
Hey, take this.
Okay, this is weird.
Don't make me regret this.
And again, I never beat Wildlands, so is he what? Good guy or something? Alright, I'm really curious about it. I'm hoping it's a XCOM type of game, because that would actually grab my interest.
Speaking of Tom
I would
Clancy,
legitimately get into that.
It's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone,
I still love Rainbow Six, but man, I feel like it's actually taking a bunch of steps backwards in recent years. It feels like it's more about Twitch reflexes than actual strategy and coordination.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege.
Honestly, I preferred this build. I thought this looked more interesting. I had a lot of fun being in the alpha and the beta on this game.
Creativity, competitiveness.
They originally had it as a character classes, like a hunter class and then a trapper class, stuff like that. I really like the idea of it.
That original vision was quickly adopted.
That said, the game is still fun. It's just I haven't liked any of the map reworks they've done and other sort of things recently. There's only been one decent map rework in my opinion. The rest of them have just kind of screwed up every map.
Now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past. It means the world.
Some of the new operators though are really interesting. I like the current ones, both of them, especially Ace.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of
Operation Health, am I right?
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community.
I'd prefer if they just went back to making new maps though for this game. I really do.
There is no sequel plan and we are here for the next 10 years.
I don't want any more reworks. The only ones that I think need a rework is that Korean map, the tower, or was it Skyscraper? I can't remember. The Japan map's fine, but the Korean one, I can't stand that little shopping mall. Honestly, I'd almost even take Bartlett University back at this point.
Now
over that
60
map.
million players strong. We're just getting started.
Still a fun game to play though, especially when you got buddies there with you.
Thank you.
Cosplaying community is pretty cool to be able to see them like that. Bet that Jaeger spawn peaked when he got up that morning though.
A new Operation Steel Wave update available now, and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
Really like Ace. I'm getting the hang of
We introduced
Malusi.
y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now,
Oh yeah,
it's
their
time
new
to
battle
venture into the
royale.
hyperscape.
Alright. What do you got here? Come on. Looks interesting, I just don't know if I'm really gonna give it a shot. Just not that into that many battle royales.
A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions. We made some bad decisions. Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions.
What?
So, here we are. 10 billion souls living in the crush of the megacities.
About a bleak future.
But the people at Prisma changed everything.
Got that Cyberpunk 2077 future. Right?
They gave everyone a way out.
Ah, so it's a Ready Player One thing.
In the
It's like the Oasis.
The biggest draw by far is Crown Rush. This is where anyone can become someone.
I like the verticality that they got going on for it. To me, that's always a cool way to make the game a little more interesting. At least they got an interesting little tale behind their story for their battle royale.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately. Rumors of people getting hurt. Users disappearing from the real world. A darker secret lies at the heart of Hyperscape. And we have to find it. Some of us are searching for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether.
That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the hyperscape.
Alright. Alright.
I'm JC, creative director on Hyperscape.
Looks interesting. I'll give him that much. I have to get my hands on it though to really give a more substantial opinion though. So I don't know much at this moment.
Hello, contender. Welcome to the Hyperscape.
The game takes place in 2054. It's in a future where humanity has grown a little darker. One of the companies there, they are launching what's called the Hyperscape, which is a virtual world, the internet of the future. It's the place where everything converges. Within the virtual world, there is a battle royale that takes place in the virtual city of Neo Arcadia. Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal.
Okay, I got you.
We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield.
Hacking, but the legal way.
That let you have fun, that are toys that you can play with. And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes there's going to be a vote and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players,
okay, that's a cool way to interact with the game. It's actually pretty interesting to do that.
Right now, as we speak, we're launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short glimpse of what you can expect.
Alright, lay it on me. See what you got. Oh, I know that song. It's by Hyper. I think it's Clockwork. Started listening to those guys after the songs I used in the Cyberpunk trailer. So if anyone's wondering, you can look that up. Huh. I mean, I like what I see in terms of the trailer, but when you actually get your hands on in-game, that's a different story. So we'd have to see how that actually plays out. Maybe I'll give it a go after this. Okay.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Anna Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Anna Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different material.
Oops, probably not the best time to be doing this.
As real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character,
I mean,
you see
is
them
it
in
just
game,
gonna link to
you
my
understand what their motivations
Uplay
are,
or
what
what?
drives them, what challenges them.
Yeah, whatever.
This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
It's a nice style. I like the way the art direction's been moving.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Glad the way they're handling this event. I never really cared for Ubisoft's presentations at E3.
Phil Spencer from Xbox.
Hey Phil, how you doing,
With
buddy?
WatchDogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version
Oh
of
man,
the
I've been
game
neglecting
on
my
any
Xbox
version
pretty
of
bad,
Xbox you're
but
playing on.
I just
Series
haven't
X,
felt the drive to play
you get to
anything
take
on it.
advantage of
Outside
the
of Forza.
amazing work the team has
And
done
now that I
with
got
DirectX ray tracing
PC that's
to
up to
create
quality,
an
I've been playing like the Master
absolutely
Chief Collection on
immersive
it
version of
instead,
London
and
like you've never seen before.
I feel more
Ubisoft has a
interested to
unique
play with
ability
this
to
than I do the
create immersive
Xbox.
worlds, setting a new bar
I use
that
my Xbox
continues
more
to
like a
drive our industry
media
forward.
center now.
I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I can't wait for you to
still need to
see
play
the
that.
gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
Alright.
Alright, we know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the
not
world
really.
of
I'm
Vikings.
still more interested in Rainbow Six Quarantine.
I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Let's see what you
So a
got.
couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing. The time period of Vikings is really,
Wasn't everyone
really
going
inspiring.
irate because he didn't show
When we did our
gameplay?
research,
Hello?
we found that, they were not mindless barbarians. Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivation. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game.
Just
the team went
respect
to
the
Norway
culture.
and England
That's about all I
to
can
take
say.
the same roads that the Vikings did to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just
It was
coming
beautiful.
by boat
Wow.
in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life.
That'd be a nice vacation
It's
spot
just
right
this
there.
moment that most likely the Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity. And this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, it is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway.
Curious how
and
this
settle
plugs
in
into
England
Assassin's
because
Creed though.
You just can't live in Norway.
That's what I've been
anymore.
confused
There's
about
too
for the
much
past couple
political
games
pressure,
is,
no resources available.
well, how far does your Creed go back then? How is it even going to come
Obviously,
into
in
play
England,
here?
It's full of Anglo-Saxons and other people, and they don't really want you there. So you will have to fight your way there to kind of build your own settlement and see your clan prosper.
Boy, is there like a clan building
Vikings
type
were
of game
brutal
on it?
warriors. And the fact that they were
He said
mastering a lot
shields.
of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat.
Just how far does that go?
Vikings were not only fighting face to face, they were masters of stealth and deception when needed. They used basically any sort of tactics they could use to win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Huh.
We are
Came prepared.
very happy to finally be able to show you the game we're all been working on.
Well,
So
they got the
please
tools.
enjoy this deep dive into Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
It's funny how ships became such a big part of the series now.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England. You play as Eivor, a Viking from Norway, who will lead his or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
Good of our plan. It is time we go a Viking.
Raid.
Today we raid, that tomorrow we may build.
England is a dark age tangle of broken kingdoms and warring dynasties, a land of opportunity and riches. As you prowl England's
It's time to
rivers
pillage,
by
right?
longship, you may raid locations you spot from the shoreline. Ground your ship and blow your horn to lead your raiding crew into battle.
Oh boy. Looks like it's gonna be a bit brutal. Gonna dig it.
Your crew will assist you in all your raids, fighting enemies, battering down doors, and stealing cargo too heavy for one set of arms. Whatever riches and resources you pillage, may be
Makes
used
me
to
wonder
develop
where
yourself.
all the
New
civilians
access
went
to
in these
resources,
places.
better tools, and new settlers.
You know, you'd think you'd see them running around
At the heart of your
panicking.
settlement is the Alliance map.
Is
It
it
will
really
serve
just
as a
soldiers
record of the
versus
allies we
Vikings
make, and
the
a
whole
guide for
time?
future opportunities.
Like, not that I'd
The
want
Viking
to
Age
do
was a
anything
time
with
of
civilians,
war
it's just like
and
you'd
legends.
expect them to be there though.
In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge.
Oh, look at that.
Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors.
Jeez.
To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes.
That actually looks really good.
Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance, or finish them off.
Oh.
Dual
Well,
wield
shields are
any two
weapons too,
weapons you
technically.
wish to unleash a deadly
So,
combination of attacks.
shouldn't be surprised.
Customize your fighting style as you see fit, and become a legendary Viking warrior.
Oh. Dang. Look at that.
All combinations of
that
weapons
has
are
hurt.
available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
This is pretty cool. I wasn't expecting that.
Not
Dual
all
wield 'em?
situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt.
I don't know about
is not welcome in
them being able to blend
You may
in.
need
That
to outsmart your enemies.
that doesn't
avoiding
make sense to
unwanted
me.
attention in towns and bustling cities.
That's a
Use
very
Eivor's hood
distinct
cloak
and
to
unique
blend with
look
crowds
that they
and slip
have.
past watchful eyes. An unseen hunter among the people.
I feel like they'd stick out like a sore thumb.
From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Jeez. It's a
Search pagan temples and Roman
awfully big
ruins for new
wolf.
activities and challenges to strengthen yourself.
completely dwarf
and
that
your settlement.
person.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Wow. Look at that.
But as you push deeper into
Full
England,
front on
the enemy
full
will
frontal
push back.
assault.
In a series of climactic moments, Assassin's Creed Valhalla will feature massive assaults in which you will lead Eivor's army into battle against heavily
Oh,
guarded
I
Saxon fortresses.
think they were pouring tar down. That's a horrible way to go right there. Hot tar.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous
Look at that.
haunted lands.
These environments look. Oh, Jesus.
And England's
Okay, so they're
It will challenge
going into
and
the
surprise
mythical
with unforgettable characters
and supernatural a little bit, it looks like.
and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Oh, what? What was that about? Mortal Kombat X-ray cam? Alright. I'd be on board with that one. It didn't have my attention before, but it's got my attention now.
9th century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
Stadia,
We're
yes.
close to wrapping up
Most
today,
popular
but before
platform.
we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
Wait a minute, what? You're wrapping up already?
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today, and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our
yes,
team for
but...
delivering an ambitious,
Okay, I guess Rainbow Six Quarantine and Beyond Good and Evil 2 are
and we haven't shown you everything
non-existent
yet.
now.
In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Alright. Oh, is this that pirate game? Oh, no. This is Far Cry 6, ain't it? Of course. I gotta forget that. I don't know where I expected the next one to be, but I'm interested in this. But at the same time, I'm kind of weirded out after Far Cry 5's ending. That significantly hurt how I looked upon that series. Hopefully it isn't canon, at least story-wise. What time period are you set in, though? M60? So we're taking on another dictator, and a country that might be a little like Portugal or something, I'm assuming. Is that blood? Libertad? Huh. It's interesting little theme they got going on here. Is this one gonna be set in the 60s or 70s? That's the vibe I'm getting with these cars and the guns and aesthetic that they got going on. The question is, are you gonna just show that or anything else? Well, no. It's modern day, I'm guessing.
He's beautiful. Perfect.
Dictator raising his son?
I have something. Give me hands. Now, the grenade is simple. It has 4 basic parts. The shell, which contains the explosive. The fuse, the handle, and of course,
You gotta pull it.
what are you doing? The pin simply clamps in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom.
Drop it. This is a perfectly normal interaction to teach a valuable life lesson.
I am El Presidente.
Perfectly normal.
Which means that someday you will be El Presidente. And our people, they do not know
Making a very fine, upstanding leader with
opinions,
perfect sanity.
indecision, strangled by their own freedoms. best for them. If
Don't
you
trip
only
and
want
fall.
to save them from themselves. They will hate you, Nico. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
Trips and falls and the grenade rolls into him.
They will answer you with screams.
Was he supposed to just drop it off the edge?
A monster.
Of course.
And give you this.
Muerte al Castello.
Are you evil? Are you a monster? Because our country is like this grenade, except it has two basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go boom. You understand now? Prove it.
I'll do it. February 18th, 2021. Be interesting to see some more of that.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward.
So are these supposed to be monthly
Today,
or
we've seen the next generation of Assassin's
each season?
Creed, the birth of a resistance in WatchDogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back
So much
later
more,
this
it only
year
feels like
with
5
another
things.
Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
You didn't even
Thanks for
acknowledge
joining
the
us.
thing I was looking for the most. Oh. That's vicious.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf McGee, and
Sure.
this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Okay, yeah. Well, that concludes the main show. Not needing too much out of the post show, but okay. So that was a bit to take in and ponder over. Was never really interested in this game initially, but after seeing this, alright. I think I want to get my hands on it. It'll be the first time in a while since I touched Assassin's Creed, not since, when was the last one? Syndicate. I was only able to play like 2 hours of that before I was just completely done with it. I think the last one I truly beat was Unity, actually. Yeah, I don't know why that one stuck with me and I beat it. Because I acknowledge that it was a pretty game. But everything that they showed from the combat, the locations, the scale of the battles, just everything about this looks pretty fascinating. Just watching this combat, I can be completely on board with this. The, what did they start with? Right, WatchDogs Legion. I think I'll pick that one up. I'm genuinely interested in that. It looks like fun. I didn't get all the way through WatchDogs 2. Only beat 1, but 2 was a nice step forward, and this one looks like quite a drastic step up and evolution for their series. I'll give it a go. I really will. After that, they showed, what was it? The mobile game, I mean, that was just pretty much a teaser trailer, but I like the concept of it, but I need to see the gameplay. That's the key thing. I'm hoping it's like maybe an RTS or XCOM styled especially, but if not, I don't know. We'll just see what comes of that. Following that, they basically showed this, which I already spoke on, and then Far Cry 6. It'll be interesting to see what comes of Far Cry 6. I'm more curious about the actual gameplay and the world building. I like the location that they seem to be showing off. I didn't expect the series to go there, but I will gladly work with that. Quite gladly. I do kind of miss back when Far Cry was still like Island Paradise gone wrong, kind of like the first few games. But hey, they've done pretty well with what they brought up as of late. I will gladly give it a go, well, once I see what the actual substance of the game is. Other than that, that essentially concludes the conference. I was expecting a little bit more. I'm still wondering what happened to like Skull and Bones, Beyond Good and Evil 2, and Rainbow Six Quarantine was the one I was most excited about. That's gone completely dead silent, and it was supposed to come out by now in spring. I'm thinking it's supposed to be its own standalone game. The reason why I'm so interested in it was because they put so much work and effort into the quarantine event that happened on Rainbow Six, just for it to only wind up being a little 2-week event that was legitimately fun. And it feels like nobody really got enough time to actually work with it, unfortunately, so hopefully more comes from that next time around. Other than that, yeah, that was essentially the conference in a nutshell. I was more excited for it than I expected in the end. A little more happy, pleased with what I saw. It successfully got me pulled in on some of these titles, so that's about the best, best praise I can give it right now, or the best reception. Hopefully next time around they're gonna be bringing it even more. So with that, that essentially wraps up everything. Let's see what happens next time.